to see you again. Oh yes, I have had some fun getting this lot ready. Take a look at what's coming up. I've got an idea for a card that will make you want to dance. Ready for it? And how to get some stormy effects into your pictures. And a spot of bird watching turns into a big art attack. That's it. Just installing my brand new security camera to keep intruders from snooping through my private things. You know, love letters, secret diary, pocket money stash. The idea is that when they're in here trying to find my secret diary, they spot this and scarper. Now, I know what you're thinking. If they're clever, they'll spot it's not a real camera. Yes, but this security system has got a clever backup that guarantees the intruder will never find my secret diary because it's hidden inside. Good, eh? The Art Attack security camera. Keep intruders at bay and hide your secrets away. Easy to make in 4 simple parts. A 4-part attack. To make the top part of the camera, you need a long rectangular box. This biscuit box is perfect. Tape the end closed, then carefully cut the end of your box at an angle. The easiest way to do this is to push a hole into your box with a sharp pencil so you can get your scissors in and make cutting out easier. Cut down one edge about a couple of centimetres from the end, then across on a diagonal, across the bottom again, and up the other side, again at an angle, and then across the top to meet up with the first cut. So you should now have 2 angular looking bits of box like this. Now you need to make the lens of your camera. On this small bit of box, you need to glue your lens. Plastic bottle tops are brilliant for this. You get lots of different types. When you pick the one you want, glue it to the middle of the box with PVA glue. Leave it to dry, and when it's dry, slot the lens part of the camera into your sloping box. It should fit perfectly. So OK, that's the top part of your security camera with the lens. Now the bottom half is just another rectangular box, but this time a bit thinner, like this toothpaste box. Now you need to join these 2 halves together. Roll up some paper into a tube like this, tape it together, and use it to join the 2 halves of your camera together. Place it onto the underneath of the top part of your camera and draw around it. And when you've done that, do the same about 2/3 of the way along from one end of your second box, and make these into holes by pushing a hole through with a sharp pencil and then making small snips out as far as that drawn circle. And this should give you the perfect size hole to put the tube into. And when you've made both holes in this way, pop the tube in, joining the 2 halves of your camera. And there's no need to tape this, as you can change the position whenever you like to point at different areas of your room, just like a real security camera. Yeah, now it's beginning to look like a security camera, but you still need to make the secret compartment. Take a small box like this mini cereal packet and tape or glue it to the end of your toothpaste box. Make sure that the opening of the box is at the side. This is where you'll hide your secret stuff. When everything's glued, paint it. Silver acrylic paint looks good for this. And you can use some black for that back plate. And don't forget the lens. And when you finish painting the whole thing and it's dry, you can add on some silver pen screws and some straws to make support brackets. And I've even added on some of those plastic laces for wires. Look at that. Now it's ready to hang up. And there it is. Look at that. A realistic looking camera ready to fool any snooper, because we know there's a hidden compartment ready to hide all your precious things. And I've even put on some Velcro pads to keep the box closed. And don't forget, put it in a place where an intruder will see it and get put off. Try it yourself. An Art Attack security camera. I think there's a storm approaching. Told ya. Storms are great fun to draw. Watch this. Cut out a mask of the ground. Now it can be hills, city skyline, anything you like, and then just place it at the bottom of some black paper like this. Then dab tissue or cotton wool into some chalk dust and carefully stroke it off the mask and onto the black. See that? Just stroking it right off the edge of that mask and onto the black. And just smooth it out like that, and then lift off the mask, blow the dust, and there's your ground with storm clouds approaching. Then put a few buildings onto your ground by adding lights in yellow and red and even white chalk. Then stroke in some more clouds at the top. Again, I'm just dabbing in to the chalk dust with the cotton wool and stroking these clouds in. And then finally, draw some waves across the top like that with the chalk on its side. Just a stick of chalk on the edge. And the reason for those waves? You turn them into real angry clouds just by rubbing them with your finger or with some cotton wool. And then at the top of the sky, just right in the middle there, create a disturbance in the clouds by just doing like, it's almost like a C shape with your chalk and backwards C shape like that. And just give them a bit of a rub as well. And then if you put in some orange, it really does add to the angry cloud effect. And again, just dab that off. In fact, it looks to me like it's going to... I knew it. To create the lightning, draw a higgledy-piggledy line with white chalk that goes from the middle of the real angry cloud right down to the ground. So there you go. Look at that. Zigzag it down. And then just rub it gently with your finger just to make it fuzzy and make it look as if it's crackling with a static charge. Just gently do this. And then just using the pointed edge of another stick of chalk, just retrace it. This time I'm going to do it in yellow, just to really pick out that lightning strike. Then just do some zigzags coming off this main lightning bolt, like that. Again, use the pointy edge of the white chalk. And then another thinner one way in the distance. And there it is, a real angry lightning storm. Told you there was going to be a storm. Try it yourself. Create your own storm with some chalk dust clouds and some chalk lightning. Ah, yes, I love it. Time for you to do all the hard work and me to relax. Well, actually, you've done it all, and it's here in the Art Attack Gallery. Take a look at this lot. Brilliant. This must have taken a long time, Eleanor, but it was well worth it. I love how you've only picked a few colours to use, and the textures are really beautiful. And you've really captured that stalking tiger there, Sam. He looks like he's about to jump right off the page. Nice one. And it looks like William has had great fun here, and the bold colours and splatty technique have created a really modern style art attack. Love it. Yeah, fantastic painting by William. Those colours really zing off the paper, don't they? You know, that's the great thing about painting onto white paper or card. It makes the colours really stand out. But what happens if you're painting onto different surfaces and textures that aren't white? Well, OK, let's try it on this model of a car. I'm going to try and paint some red poster paint on there. And look at that, it's all coming out patchy. And what happens if we try some black on the wheels? Well, look at that again. It's not sticking to the plastic surface at all, and it's going all patchy. Well, to get my poster paint to cover all these surfaces and textures and still look vibrant and solid would probably take loads of coats of paint. Boring. Well, instead of doing that, use this neat little trick. Just take some white poster paint and mix it together with some PVA glue. Then mix it well and slosh on a coat all over whatever it is you want to paint. I'm just going to slosh it down the side there. And the idea is to cover the whole thing and give it an undercoat so that when it dries, you can paint on your other colours just like this. And look at that. The glue in the white undercoat means that the paint will stick to the shiny surface and make everything a bit more smooth and vibrant. And that's perfect. So, OK, where were we? Ah, yes. Now look at this excellent example of perspective from Lauren. Just look how those houses are disappearing into the distance. Great use of wax cranes as well. And this is a great art attack by Kieran. I really like the clay snake with his shiny beady eyes against the scrunched tissue paper background. Great 3D effect, Kieran. And look at this, Reese has painted this very interesting abstract portrait just by using simple shapes and strong colours. Great stuff, Reese. And how about this drawing of a ballerina? Isn't it lively? The bold pencil marks that Thomas used gives his picture loads of movement. Now that dancer that Tom has drawn has given me a great idea for a greetings card. Take a piece of white thin card and fold it down the middle to make your card, like that. Then, here's what to do. Mark a dot roughly in the middle of your card. Then take a ruler and measure about 10 centimetres up from the dot and make a mark. And 10 centimetres down from the dot and make another mark. Then take a sharp pencil and a ball of modelling clay and push holes into each of the dots. Then turn the middle hole into a slot. Just get your scissors in and make it about 4 centimetres long and about ½ a centimetre wide. Then take a strip of card that's a couple of centimetres wide and pierce a hole about 1/3 of the way along. Then put this and the card to one side for a moment. Take another piece of card and draw 2 pencil lines that are 10 centimetres long, and use the first line as a guide for drawing the top half of a body, and make the character cartoony with arms waving in the air as if she's dancing, and just round off the bottom of the waist like this. Use the second line as a guide for drawing some legs and make them bent at the knees to give them some movement, but keep the feet together like this. Then cut out the body parts and colour them in, and again with your sharp pencil make a hole at the waist and at the top of the legs. Now it's time to assemble all the parts, and for that you're going to need some split pins. Start with the legs and join them to the waist, and then put them through the slot in the card, and finally attach the card strip on the inside of the card before opening it out. Then close your card up again, move the head to one side and put your split pin into the hole and open it on the other side, and do the same with the other hole under the legs. Then add a dab of glue to the top of each split pin and stick the head and feet to them. And when you've done that, leave it to dry. And when the glue's dried completely, look at this. Just pull the strip at the side and your girl starts to wiggle her hips and dance. And as you can see, I've just drawn and coloured in the background as well. Good, eh? And I've even glued on a belt buckle to hide the split pin in the middle. And there's lots of other designs you could do. How about a Hawaiian dancer? And give her a shake and watch her shimmy those hips. Look at that. And here's a dude dancer. Watch this boy swivel. And here's a cheerleader. And give her a shake. And she shakes those pom-poms. Fantastic. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.